Well, hello, my lovelies. It is I, Julian Greystoke, but you probably already knew that. Anyway, you guys, I have a really exciting announcement today. Boots, my book, is ready for beta readers. Yay! What does that mean for you? That means that you, and maybe even you, could be a beta reader for Boots. Because I'm going to be trying for a traditional publication with Boots, it might be a really long time before you actually get to read this book on the shelves, as it were. So if you're interested, this might be your chance. However, you also have to give feedback. Jane agrees. Maybe he doesn't actually agree, he just wants to sit on my lap. So first I'm going to tell you a little bit about what being a beta reader entails, and then I will give you some information about Boots so you can decide whether you want to be one of those fabled and wonderful few. Jane's hair's on my lip. No. That was a great idea on my part to pick him up and put him on my face. A beta reader is somebody who obviously reads a story and then leaves comments and helpful critique on it, stressing the helpful critique here. With me, that's made all the easier because with each section of Boots that I send you, you will also be receiving an easy questionnaire. So you can fill it out when you're finished reading, and you don't have to wonder, what is she looking for, or what kind of feedback does she want? It's all right there in the questionnaire. Plus, you can feel free at the bottom to add anything else that you want to add. I send Boots to you in sections. Boots is a book that doesn't have traditional chapters, otherwise I would send one chapter at a time. So far I'm thinking I will send about 10 pages at a time as sections, along with a questionnaire for you to fill out when you finish reading. I will be able to get you feasibly about one section per day. If you can get me feedback that quickly, you will be awesome. Now you may be thinking, why are you sending sections when many authors send the entire book? In my experience, my beta readers tend to be daunted by being sent the entire book. They look at that great big long thing and it looks like a lot more of a chore than a fun time reading and critiquing. If you want to beta read for me and you are 100% certain that you want the entire book all at once, we can talk about that. So that's what being a beta reader for me is like. It's a really fun and easy process, plus you finally get to read the damn book that I won't stop talking about all the time. So now that you know what it's like to be a beta reader for me, let's find out a little bit more about Boots itself. Well, I made a little promo for Boots and I'm going to play it now, and then I'll explain a little bit more about the story afterward.
Once upon a time, our kingdom was beautiful and filled with magic. Mages roamed the land, distributing blessings and sometimes curses. But then one day the ogre came and stole what was not his, and magic left our people. Years went by, and the ogre became restless and began to push against the border of the land he had already stolen. The kingdom was in serious danger, though no one yet realized it. But there was, born within the land, a young man with magic still inside him, though it took a deeply unexpected form. He might never have journeyed to face the ogre in his castle, were it not for a fateful meeting with a certain cat.
So there was your little promo, just a little taste to get you excited about it. But let's have a little bit more information about Boots to help you decide whether you want to beta read or not. My story follows three main characters, the first being Boots, who is a cat. You will be reading in the point of view of a cat, which I found delightful to write. The second person that you'll be reading in the point of view of is Levi, who is the miller's son. If any of you have read the original story of Puss in Boots, you know that there is a miller's son in the story. He doesn't get a name in the original. Poor guy. Poor guy is pretty much Levi in a nutshell. Levi's life is pretty much shit. But Levi tends to have a good attitude and a very inventive nature, which keeps him from wallowing too much in self-pity. He's not a wallower. And the third character that you will be following is Princess Joanna. Yes, there is a princess in the original version, but she barely gets any lines and she's basically there to be married off. And my Princess Joanna is 100% not that. My Princess Joanna is a badass. She's fighting against the ogre and she wants to be recognized as the badass warrior that she is, instead of just being used as a pawn by her father for political gain by marrying her off to someone. So we have these three characters, and naturally they're going to eventually come together and they are eventually going to have to face off against their enemy, the ogre. I'm not going to tell you too much about the ogre because that's kind of a surprise, but let's just say that I take the ogre from the original story and, like the other characters, flesh him out and make him a lot more interesting. In this story there is also magic and animal gods and curses, battles, best friends, and what I hope is an interesting twist on the classic Puss in Boots story. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, definitely let me know if you are interested in beta reading for me. A really key question, however, to ask yourself before you contact me about beta reading is, do you have the time? I don't have a specific deadline that I need these beta reads by, but I would like you to at least read along at a decent clip. You don't have to go through a section every day. It's kind of intense, but you definitely have to keep up some kind of schedule getting sections back to me, and you have to be honest with me. If you find your real life will not allow you to beta read for me, that is 100% okay, and I completely understand. Just tell me rather than disappearing off the face of the earth and never giving me any more feedback. Because that happens a lot to us writers, and it's really annoying and makes us very sad. So if you are interested in beta reading Boots for me, there are a couple of easy ways to get in contact with me. Either go over to my author page on Facebook, links in the doobly-doo, and message me there, or you can find me on Goodreads, links also in the doobly-doo, and message me there. Either of those places work great for letting me know that you are interested in beta reading Boots. Leaving a comment below here on this video to be interested in beta reading isn't really the best way to do it, so make sure that you message me one of those two ways. And like I said, only contact me if you think you can be serious, diligent, and are actually really interested in doing this. You can help Boots become the book it was always meant to be. I hope you'll consider being my beta reader. And I will see you guys again next time with whatever it is Jane and I happen to... Computer's gone floppy. Jane and I happen to be doing next time. Bye! He's so mad that he just wants to sleep, and I keep grabbing him and being like, here, interact with people.